welcome to Dax Chats. In this episode, I'm speaking to a rising artist in Australia. She's come a long way since she started. She's brought out her debut album called Ride or Die in 2020. She's released a couple of singles already. She's got a brand new single out. It's called Lay Down and Die. That's a strange title, but we're going to talk to her about that. Her name is Kora Naughton, and today, Dax Chats to Kora Naughton, and here she is. G'day, Kora. How are you?
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastically well, and it's great to see you again. Thank you for being part of Dax Chats yet again.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's great to see you.
Cool. So tell us, obviously you've had a run of success with Speechless, and then there was the next one. What was the next one called? I forgot it already. My Heart to Break. All right. So Speechless was a good song. My Heart to Break was a great song. This new song is completely different. You've gone with a more ballady style stuff, and it's called Lay Down and Die. Now let's talk about this song.
Yeah, well, look, I think it's definitely very different. I've never done the ballad style at all before, let alone turned it straight into this soft kind of piano ballad version. And I guess starting out writing it, I just picked up an acoustic guitar and brought it to my producer, as it was very stripped back and raw. And I think talking about it, we didn't want to change it too much, but we did want, we wanted it to have that raw feeling still. But bringing in the beauty of the piano, I think just changed the whole vibe of the song, and I'm super proud of it. But initially, I guess when I went to write this song, I was trying to think about, and I think we've all kind of had these moments. I think everybody has these moments where they kind of feel like maybe they're worthless or they're not good enough for somebody. They would give anything for someone. They would literally lay down and die for somebody who either didn't deserve it or wouldn't do the same for them. And I guess I was thinking about that and those moments that we all have where we feel like we would do that for someone and they wouldn't do the same. So yeah, I guess that's what Lay Down and Die is all about. It's a little less depressing than the title makes it sound.
Oh, I know. I mean, that's true. I mean, I was like, when I first saw that the title was like Lay Down and Die, I'm like, what are you doing, Kora? What's, like you've got it's my heart to break. And that was all about, hey, that's my decisions. My decision is life. It's up to me to, either rise or fall. And I love that idea. And then I got this title and it was like Lay Down and Die. What?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe this should have come before My Heart to Break. It should have been like maybe this is like the prequel of My Heart to Break. It's kind of like, this is the guy everybody warned me about.
Yeah. Well, it's a fantastic song, and as you just said, it's very different for you. You've gone and stripped everything back. It's a piano ballad, and it really shows a more emotional side to Kora Naughton.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think looking back on Ride or Die, which was my first album, I have songs in that are super soft, and I have songs in that are straight up rock. And it was an album that there was 10 different tracks and it felt like 10 different genres. So that was really me experimenting. I was so young and trying to figure out where I fit in. And I think with this next album, I really kind of have found where I fit. So while there are tracks that are more emotional and raw, and there are tracks that are more fun and upbeat, I think when you hear the album together cohesively, it's all going to make sense, and you're going to see that, I have this direction now and I'm really confident in what I'm doing. And I think it shines through in my new music. I'm really loving everything that I'm doing. And it seems like people are too, because I've had a mountain of support that I'm so grateful for.
Number 2 on the iTunes chart on release day. You can't complain about that.
No, not at all. I'm so thankful. I mean, if only Keith Urban and Pink didn't release that duet, I tell you.
I know. Did you see my son and I doing a little thing the other day? I put that up. I just we were playing the song and it was like he was mucking around and carrying on, and so I picked him up, and he started just singing in gibberish to me, and it was just. And then my wife went and caught it on video. It was just the most magical moment. I still laugh at it every day. I'm just like, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. So now you did put out a post on social media saying that you're taking a bit of a break because you are heading into hospital for some procedure, and it may take you a little bit of time to recover. What do you think the recovery time is going to be on this, and how soon before you can get back out there?
Well, for me, I guess I've been through this in the past. So I'm having spinal surgery actually. And I've had 3 in my life. This will be my 4th, lucky me.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, but look, the last 2 have been probably about a 6-week recovery. I normally feel like I wouldn't share something like this with everyone. It's kind of the thing that I've always tried to keep pretty private. But I wanted to be really upfront about it. I guess having had COVID and all these gigs cancelled and not being able to do them for so long, I was so excited to get back out there. And I'd had people who told me they were coming to my gigs and asking me when they were, and I'd given them all these details. And then when I had to go cancel all of them, I felt a little bit not bad, because I guess, there's certain things you can't change, but, they were going to come out for me, and I was ever so grateful. So I wanted to give them a real explanation as to why I wasn't going to be able to come in. Truthfully, I don't think I'm going to be doing any gigs for the rest of the year. I probably could squeeze 1 or 2 in at the end, but I've already got gigs booked for January. So I'm looking forward to 2021, and we can leave this 2020 mess in 2020.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Who doesn't want to leave this 2020 mess in behind? Let's not talk about it anymore. It's been the worst year in my generation, your generation. I
think so.
I just don't know. I'm so over. We've talked about it, and we've talked about it, and people have sung about it, and it's just, it's so depressing. And the only thing that the only thing that I find that's great from that is that people like me and community radio stations and internet radio stations and we've kept the music alive, and streaming platforms, of course. But if it wasn't for us, music really would have been dead. And I think that in itself is kudos to me for setting up the Country Thunder Network, because I kept the music alive. But I just, because the way 2020 happened, it was just, and even moving into 2021, having, the Academy cancelled, and Star Maker cancelled, and the country and the Tamworth Country Music Festival cancelled. I mean, Academy X is still happening on a 2-day virtual thing, but it's not the same, is it?
No, it's definitely it's presented some interesting challenges for us, I think, live music especially. But all of us artists are so lucky to have radio stations, internet stations from around the world supporting us. And I honestly don't know what we would do without you guys, because frankly, without doing the live gigs, we've had nothing. So
correct.
And
seriously, you remember the song American Pie, which was written, I think I can't remember who it was about. I think it might have been Elvis Presley or something like that, but it was about the day the music died, when that artist actually died. And if it wasn't for radio stations and streaming platforms still being able to put the music out, and your artists still being able to get those music to those platforms, it would have died. There would have been no music.
The newest song we would have come out in March or something. We would have been a bit lost, I think.
That's right.
I don't know what I would do without updating my Spotify playlist every week.
Me too. I mean, I've got to update my chart Spotify playlists and Apple Music playlists every week. So I couldn't do it. I wouldn't even be able to run the charts. There you go. So,
It would make everything a lot more difficult. Let's say
yes.
that.
So it's been a very strange year, and we all hope that, I believe that Victoria has just had some news to say that they're on the right track to recovery, which is good. I believe that Scott Morrison's talking about having the borders open by Christmas, which is good to hear, except for Western Australia. Western Australia doesn't want to be in it. So I think
Yeah.
I think everybody's on the right track back to some sort of normal. What that's going to be in 2021 is anybody's guess at the moment, but at least we can get back to doing something.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's long awaited, but we've done pretty well to have kept most of this virus at bay, and I feel awful for everyone who's been in Victoria and even in other parts of the world where it's been shut down. But I'm so glad that places like Victoria are coming out of it now, and we can all kind of get back on our feet, and hopefully everyone can bounce back a little bit from this. I know us Aussies are pretty resilient, so
we are, that's for sure. So again, I guess I ask you, what is coming for Kora Naughton? I mean, the last time we spoke, it was during the last single, and you told me a little bit about what's coming next. So what do you have coming next?
yeah, look, I have probably one more single before the year is up. And I'm kind of keeping that one a little bit hush hush at the moment, so no deets about that I've released yet. But coming into 2021, I do have a new album coming out. I've been recording it with a couple of different producers, mostly at Tracking Dog Studios with Rod Motby, but I've also worked with Matt Fell, Michael Carpenter, and I have also worked with Shane Nicholson.
Wow, you've got around.
Yeah, so I thought, just a couple of little feature tracks from some of Australia's greatest producers, and also the man himself who's done all my previous work, Rod. So yeah, I've been in and out of the studio since lockdown started, pretty much, and I'm very grateful to have been able to keep recording. So I've got a really great, exciting project coming that you guys will all get to see early next year. Another reason to look forward to 2021.
Absolutely. So new album on the way. I did see that. And another single before years out, which is brilliant because we're in November already. Well, almost November. And 2021 is looking like the year that is Kora's year.
I hope so. I said the same thing about 2020 though, so we'll see.
I have heard that so many times, 2020 was my year. Max Jackson, Hudson Rose, all these people that just came out with new stuff and said, I always said that 2020 was going to be my year, and it was just gone. That's it.
Yeah. I came out of school last year thinking, I've got so many gigs booked. I had till November. But last November, almost completely, booked up. I had lots of things going on, and then world's come crashing down, I think.
Absolutely.
But we fight on.
That's right. Well, one thing I say is congratulations on the new single, Lay Down and Die. Great track. Fantastic. All the best with your operation and your road to recovery from that. I hope it is a smooth transition back to health.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'm very thankful for you having me on tonight.
No problem. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I'm sure we'll be speaking again when your new single comes out.
Well, we will. Thank you so much.
No worries. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Kora Naughton. Her brand new track is called Lay Down and Die, and you can get it on all your streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. You can download it from iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and all that stuff, or you can listen to it on the Country Thunder Network. Just go to our website, which is right up there, countrythunder.com.au, and you can request it straight from the player. What's more, you can Vote for it in the Country Thunder 20. The voting form is at the top of the page. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Fab APC, for coming on board with these shows. And as always, we are proudly supported by Neon Horse in Stanhope, Victoria. This is DJ Dax. You've been watching Dax Chats. Until next time, bye for now.